same old corrupt.
Yo, we are back in the PWC Draft League. Season 9, we had a wacky season last season, with Zero Aura, Latios, and whatnot. Wacky team, it was such a struggle. It was fun, but it was a struggle. So, anyways, we're in Season 9. Once again, we are in the middle division. Division 2 is called the Team Plasma Division. Like always, we're going to be playing on Pokemon Showdown. Best of 1 Draft League format. 16 managers once again in our division. 8-week season, so we aren't going to be playing everyone. I'm going to hit this very quickly. Quick little intro before we get started, because not much has changed. I'll explain it really quick. Each manager gets 11 Pokemon like last time. Same cut moves, no differences there, I believe. The only big difference here in this season, and for the first time ever out of all the draft leagues I've done, which is not too many, I think we're at like 16 total, but we're drafting with a point system. I know point systems are very common, but I've always done tier drafts until now, so very quickly, only 3 of our 11 Pokemon could be 15 points or higher. My total point lot cannot exceed 110. In our signature Pokemon, we have the same Terra Captain signature mechanic. The Terra Captain could be 8 points or lower. Nothing above 8 points could Terra. So, as you can see, our Terra Captain is Hisui and Electrode. New Pokemon, I'm very hyped for it. Grass Electric Pokemon. I wanted to change something from last season where we had Escavalier. I wanted my signature to either have a recovery move or pivot. And we have like a base speed 150 pivot here, so. And we could do Terra Blast. That was something we were missing with Escavalier last season, so. That is the introduction, very quick. There's not much changes, so I didn't want to go into it. I will record a very quick draft breakdown later, and I will introduce you to our week 1 matchup. Very quickly, once again, thank the PWC admin team. Who is it? Trinell, Gil, my boy Layton, Brad, and even Shadow Glade. I believe he helps out behind the scenes. Big shout out to him as well, of course. And anyone else behind the scenes, if I'm forgetting you, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for having me along. It's an honor. It's always fun, win or lose. So thank you guys. And thank you watching this. Thank you for continuing to watch my shit. I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this very quickly. Here is a quick draft breakdown of what I got this season. First off, for my Terra Captain, we have Electrode-Hisui. Electric Grass Special Attacker, base 150 speed. I like this Terra Captain a lot. I loved Escavalier from last season, right? But it did have its flaws. This time we have something that's fast, base 150 speed. It has Terra Blast for once, something Escavalier lacked last season. So I could go like Terra Blast Ice and giving me an ice attack on my Electrode, giving me near perfect coverage if we go that route. But there's also a lot of typings I like too, Fairy and whatnot. We get Terra Blast for once, and we also get a pivoting move from our Terra Captain, so that's really hype. Plus 2 cool abilities in Static and Aftermath, so I'm really hype about that. Next pick, we got Gliscor. I love my Gliscor. It was on my only championship team, as you may know. This Pokemon did not need any buffs, but Game Freak buffed it anyways. It did not need to be any better, but now we have Spikes and T-Spikes, and because we're in National Dex, we still have Roost and Knockoff, you know, and Defog, so Gliscor didn't need to be buffed, but we got the buffed version anyways. I wanted it right away, so I had to go first normal pick. So next up we have Heatran. Yeah, Heatran was my next pick. And I haven't used this thing in draft since way back in the day. It's been almost 3 years. So we got it. And I felt it actually does complement Gliscor a lot. Being able to eat, you know, ice attacks and vice versa, you know. And it's just a fabulous utility, you know. You have Taunt, Stealth Rock, and then it's going to be my primary special attacker. You know, this team, as you see, it kind of lacks offense. So we have base 130 special attack, so we'll see what we could do with that. We'll see. We should be able to bring Heatran quite a bit since we have Gliscor to eat those ground attacks. Next up, we have Slowbro. This was kind of a reach, but I really wanted a bulky water to go with Gliscor to be able to eat those water and ice attacks. So I felt those first 3 normal picks complement each other well, at least defensively. I wanted a bulky water, and then I've always wanted to try the regenerator teleport pivoting from the Slowbro, and I've never drafted Slowbro before. I've drafted Mega Slowbro and went to the finals with it. I love Mega Slowbro, but I never got like a basic Slowbro, Slowking, you know, one of those. Next up, we have quite a few new Pokemon I've never used in draft before, and this is one of them. Moltres-Galarian, G-Molts. First time use. I needed a dark type, you know. There's a lot of psychic types going around, especially when you have Pokemon like Espathra that likes to gain stats and spam stored power. So I wanted some kind of dark type, right? There's also something else I needed was a setup option. We have some kind of instant offense with Heatran, but we need something that could set up. So we have that with G-Molts, Nasty Plot, Agility. You have the Berserk ability, a U-turner. Next up, we have Blissey. Special defense walls don't get any better than this. Another Pokemon to complement Gliscor. Gives me another rocker and another teleport pivot. So I'm feeling hype. I'm getting all the Pokemon I wanted up to this point. And yeah, another rocker. So that's 3 rockers already. I'm really hyped about that. Next up, the draft starts getting a little funky right here. I got kind of sniped in the middle of the draft. First, I wanted Ditto, where Blissey went. I wanted Ditto. For this kind of team, a stallish defensive team, you want some kind of unaware Pokemon. Or Ditto, right? It's actually kind of key to this defensive build. And Ditto went in round 6. I think my boy Winterbub, my week 1 matchup actually, got him. So I was bummed out about that, but we just went for Blissey. But before my next pick, I really wanted one of the grass ghost spinners. So Delmice went, and then the very next pick, right before me, on pick 106 overall, pick 105. Pick 104 was Delmice. Pick 105 was Bramblegast. Boy, I was fucking pissed. Like, the biggest snipe, I think, ever in Draft League to me. Ever. I was very disappointed. Like, it was about to be my pick. Bramblegast just went too, and I was very disappointed. I was looking forward to one of those ghost grass types. And then it was my turn. I almost took up the whole 4-hour timer, like, in a panic, upset mode. I was really upset, man. I wanted a good spinner, and I was about to settle for, I think we were thinking about Mousehold, which I like Mousehold. It would have gave me speed, and we could spam Pop Bomb and stuff, and you get Tidy Up. But the thing about Tidy Up is you get rid of hazards on the whole field, and I want a spinner. And then I realized Tentacruel is available, and it actually looks pretty damn good on this team. So I never drafted Tentacruel before. I wouldn't have got Tentacruel had I not got sniped, but it is what it is. With Tentacruel, you get a grounded poison, something that lays up T-Spikes, which is dope. Base 100 speed, my team's hella slow, right? So base 100 speed actually looks pretty good. Knock off Rapid Spin. And a base 120 Spadef. So Yeah, we have defensive pieces for sure. So I really like Tentacruel. I didn't like it at the time, but like it won my heart. It won my heart. I actually really do like it, and I will be looking to draft it in the future too. Next up, we have Tinkaton, another new Pokemon. Steel Fairy dual typing doesn't really get much better than that defensively. Another knockoff in Rocker. So I'm liking that for my team for sure. And this just a pivot. It's a nice pivot piece. It's a glue piece. It's a glue piece for this team. So next up we get Flamigo. I needed a fighting type. I'm very familiar with drafting Pissimian. I've drafted it a few times, and this thing's I wasn't aware of how good this Pokemon is, but I love it already. It's a hit and run Pokemon. It's similar to Pissimian. It's just a little faster, and you can hit ghost types, meaning there's not many switch-ins to this under the right circumstances. And it loves running Scarf. It's hit and run. You either click Brave Bird, Close Combat, or U-turn. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. Next up, we got Gourgeist here. I wanted a Ghost type. I didn't have a Ghost type last season, and I wanted a Ghost type. You know, you should have a Ghost type on your team. And, yeah, I was still pissed. I was livid about both Delmice and Bramblegast being sniped. So, I got my own Grass and Ghost typing. I've drafted Gourgeist before years back, and I'm a fan of the Pokemon. You get stuff like Frisk as an ability. You get Priority and Shadow Sneak. I think you get Will-O-Wisp. I believe you do, but I could easily be mistaken about that. I could be an idiot. You can set up Trick Room if you want, and the ability to change your forms and change your speeds. So it's kind of hard to prep for this. You could change your speed. One week I could be like the bulky, fat Gourgeist, and the next I could be like the base 99 small Gourgeist. So that's hype. That's hype. I could do some things with Gourgeist, so I'm a big fan. I've used it before. And to finish off the draft, oh my god, another snipe. I've never been sniped so hard in Pokemon Draft before, or any draft league, even my fantasy sports teams. But big shout out to Acrobat for he suggested I get the 1-point Crocolore. I had my heart set on it, guys, and I thought, me being stupid, me being an idiot, I thought, okay, no one's going to notice. No one's really going to scroll through the bottom tiers. I saw 1-point Crocolore, which was a crime. That Pokemon should be at least 4 points, right? And I should have reached for it. My game plan was to get it in the last round. I was stupid. I thought no one would look at it. So I was going to get it the 170th pick, last round, and it got sniped by I think Small of Garden, the runner-up from this division last season. Someone got Crocolore. I don't know who it is. I could be. I don't know who has it, but yeah, I was very disappointed. That was my game plan. As I said earlier in this breakdown, I wanted some kind of unaware anti-setup Pokemon, and Crocolore was it. I knew before the draft started I wanted that fucking Pokemon, and it got sniped. I was very disappointed. I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I going to do now? There goes our unaware Pokemon. So I just went for Bruxish, which, you know, it's kind of funny. I get in trouble for like grinding my teeth, you know. So this Pokemon suits me well. But I think Bruxish is pretty good. Aqua Jet Priority. Flip Turn Pivoting, I think it just recently got Flip Turn. And a recent buff it got, I don't know if this is from Gen, if it just happened recently, but it got Agility. It didn't have Agility before. So you could double its base 92 speed. So with Agility, this Pokemon actually kind of smacks. I'm okay with this fish. So that is my team. Handful of snipes. I'm very happy. I'm happy even though I got sniped hard. I could work with this, I feel. I'm normally The one other time I tried a defensive draft, which was like 2 years ago, I did shitty with it. So it's not in my forte, you know. I'm going to have to adapt. I'm actually better with like a more offensive or balanced build. This is kind of like pure defensive in my opinion. Like you gotta lay up hazards and switch around, you know. It's kind of stally. And yeah, I'm gonna have to adapt. This is out of my comfort zone, but I do like what I'm looking at on the screen. So I think I got most things covered. It's not. There are flaws. It's slow. There's not immediate offense. So I have to. I'm well aware. I'm well aware of that. So it's hella slow outside of Electrode, and yeah, that's kind of the bother. But it is what it is. Big shout out though. Big shout out to my homie Acrobat, my right hand man. He pretty much helped me build. He came up with like most of this draft idea. So I was gonna draft something else, but I'm gonna save that for a new season, a different season. So I'm gonna try this season. I feel it's a big improvement though. It's a big improvement in the fact that as compared to my Season 8 team, we have rockers. My team last season had like no hazard control whatsoever. We had defog, but we didn't have rockers. We didn't, well, like I don't recall what my stealth rocker was. That's how bad it was. It was Claydol. It was Claydol. I had to use Claydol or Nidoking if I wanted rocks up. So we have rockers up the ass. So Gliscor, Heatran, Blissey. We have T-Specs with Tentacruel. We have another rocker in Tinkaton. This is like the most hazards I've ever had on the draft league team, I feel. So big shout out to Acrobat. Thank you very much. I want to take this moment to thank you for walking me through this draft. And yeah, hopefully I could do this team justice, you know. Thank you very much, man. Without you, I wouldn't even have this channel, man. You've been with me for day one, and I just want to say I appreciate you. So, all right, there's my draft breakdown. Not the most perfect draft. I got sniped hard, but I think we came out with a decent team. So, let's see how we do week 1 against Winterbub and the Boston Ruins. Okay, here's our season debut right here for Season 9. We are facing Coach Winterbub and his Boston Ruins. Very dope logo, by the way. So, I'm not sure if Winterbub has been in our league before, but welcome if you haven't. Anyways, it's a pretty interesting team. I gotta be very careful here. In my draft, I was very close to getting unaware Pokemon, and unaware Pokemon would be so helpful against this team. It would be so helpful, but it is what it is. Anyways, yeah, Winterbub. I think he's new to the league. He has his YouTube channel. He does a lot of draft league and battle videos. So I'm gonna, if I remember, I'm gonna link his shit in the description here. Go show him some love. Drop a follow on his channel. Show some love, you know. Anyways, his Terra Captain is TYRANTRUM, and I feel his roster is on the left. 100% I feel Baxcalibur comes, Slowking comes, Moltres should come. Alakazam I think comes, but you can make an argument it doesn't. We have things that could handle it, you know, Moltres, fucking the bulky Tinkaton. Alakazam may or may not come. It's a threat regardless. I'm actually pretty scared. It could run Scarf. It could be sub Nasty Plot. I gotta be very careful around that thing. And the last Pokemon I'm a little lost on, I think it's Gastrodon, because it's like your main way of setting up hazards. Gastrodon's really annoying on my team, but you could argue why it won't come. I have dual grass types in Gourgeist and Electrode. If it's not Gastrodon, I could see either Ditto coming. I think Ditto makes a lot of sense. A homie of mine thinks Grafaiai might come. I'm not sure why or what Grafaiai does besides prankster, parting shot, and stuff. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking it's Gastrodon though, so you could lay up Stealth Rock, spikes, you know, be very annoying.
just think about it. Like, I want to hit Gastrodon with the grass move, but he just pivots into Slowking. It's very annoying. I did quite a few mocks. Big shout out to anyone who helped me mock. The Prince Aldo, James, Froggerman, and my boy Acrobat. Big shout out to you guys. I think I'm pretty prepared. It's not gonna be easy though, because honestly, that Gastrodon Glow King combo is really annoying. He could just go into Glow King all day when I do Leaf Storm. And I gotta be very careful. He has dual setup threats in his Terra Captain TYRANTRUM. I think that's the setup. You could go into a defensive Terra, like Terra Water, I think. You could either set up with TYRANTRUM or set up with Baxcalibur. They're both very scary, so that's pretty much my introduction. I'm really going to do my best to keep these videos shorter than usual, so thank you guys for rocking with me. Let's fucking go.
Okay, we're gonna do this week 1 coverage right here. I'm going to actually try to do live commentary again for this season, but this one, yeah, we're going through the replay here, so I'll be honest, this is our week 1 battle. It's like week 4 already in the league, so I actually had to go back today. I had to go back and review what happened this game. Not much happened, I'll tell you that much, so unfortunately. But yeah, this is Coach Winterbub making his PWC debut in his Boston Ruins as his team. He ends up bringing most of what I expected him to bring. Alakazam, his Terra Captain is TYRANTRUM. We have Baxcalibur the God, Moltres, Cantonian Moltres, Corsola-Galar. I didn't expect that to come, but I considered a possibility, which is another reason why I treasure my G-Molt, my Galarian Moltres. That way we could like 2-hit KO it with Fiery Wrath. And Grafaiai. So let's just get into it. Anyways, turn 1, I think I lead my Electrode always, and he ends up leading his Baxcalibur, so yeah. I go for Fairy Terra into T-Wave. I had T-Wave on this thing. We need a T-Wave stuff down to prevent setup. I will tell you guys, a big problem of mine is my lack of knowledge for Gen 9 Pokemon, and Grafaiai is a key example of this. I really like being skilled enough at this game is one thing, but another pillar to this game is your knowledge and your awareness of stuff. And Grafaiai, I'm getting exposed right away. I really don't know what Grafaiai does. As you'll see right now, I don't know what Grafaiai does. The only time I've ever seen this thing is in VGC doubles, where I would normally see a Grafaiai paired with the Stacking. And I forgot how that goes. It's like Prankster. What is it? Prankster skill swap? You get something to take away Stacking's Truant. So that's really the only time I've seen Grafaiai ever. So anyways, like I was saying, I get Encored into T-Wave. So this thing's Prankster. Pretty cool Pokemon. Unburden, Poison Touch, and Prankster. So I'm learning this Pokemon right now on the fly. So I'm Encored into T-Wave. We're not off to a good start. So anyways, I go into Tinkaton. He's paralyzed. And here's a key turn right here. I get Rocks Up, which is cool, right? He knocks off my fucking air balloon, which is going to be key. You'll see why. You'll see why, because I needed that balloon Tinkaton for like his for earthquake threats from TYRANTRUM and Baxcalibur. Anyways, I want to get my Toxic Orb activated immediately, right? I always look for chances to get in safely, which was kind of risky. I did. If he would have went double knockoff, I could have been in a lot of trouble. So anyways, he goes into Grafaiai, which is poison normal. He Toxic my Slowbro. I go for Scald. I'm not quite sure why. Anyways, I think he goes Parting Shot. He goes Parting Shot, and I'm going to teleport out. Thankfully, I go teleport. And Corsola comes in, right? So this is, okay. I'm sloppy to begin this game, but I'm liking where I'm at now. I got Gmult in at a good time, and from my point of view, I just spam Dark Stab, right? And that's what I do. I have no reason to click anything else, so that's what we do. We go Grafaiai, and we're going to end up killing this thing. For the first kill of the season, belongs to Gmult. I think we look pretty good here. He goes for T-Wave on a Dark type. No, he goes for Prankster Toxic. So he has T-Wave and Toxic on the same Pokemon. He went for Prankster on the Dark type, which was interesting. He goes TYRANTRUM, and this is the beginning of the end. The beginning of my week 1 game, right? This is where I end up fucking up. He brings in his TYRANTRUM, and I probably should have just attacked, but truthfully, I treasured my Gmult way too much, considering there's a Corsola and an Alakazam there, right? I probably should have attacked because I think I could 2-hit KO this thing. But instead, being pussy, I switch out and I don't know, I kind of start panicking here and allow him to not Dragon Dance once, but he gets a second Dragon Dance. He gets a second DD, and that's GG. Anytime you let any kind of Dragon Dance twice, like, good luck. Good luck. I think you just give up the game at that point if they get more than one Dragon Dance up. Unless you have an unaware Pokemon, which I don't. So, I will say before we continue, that's pretty much GG. I just want to give a moment and say big shout out to Winterbub. Big shout out to Winterbub. Excellent debut. Very smart guy. I've seen his channel before. I watched a few of his videos before this battle. Never ever have I anticipated Electric Terra. It was fucking genius. It was genius. I don't know what I thought. I was thinking he would be some defensive Terra like Fairy or maybe Water. Mostly Fairy. I thought Fairy was my main anticipation. But he went Electric, which is fucking genius, honestly. So he gets 2 Dragon Dances, meaning nothing on my team outspeeds. We lost our Balloon. Nothing Tinkaton has could hit electric types effectively, so it's just GG. We'll see how this turns out, but yeah, let's just aftermath damage, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty much watching me get annihilated here, and let's just sit back and watch the brilliance of Winterbub's set right here. Dragon Dance, Ice Fang for Gliscor, Thunder Fang for Slowbro, and then Earthquake for stuff like Tinkaton. So it's just genius. It's genius. Like Dragon Dance, Life Orb, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, EQ, perfect coverage. I just wonder had I stayed in with Gmult, that might have been a better play than what I did. Just clicked Fiery Wrath twice, I think. I think that would have been kind of the play. But then again, okay, I do Fiery Wrath. I'm sure I don't OHKO you. You get a Dragon Dance up anyways, and didn't outspeed me, so I don't know, but it's a blunder. I fucked up this match. It's a 4-0. It's a 4-0 only because a Life Orb recoils, so that's my week 1. Very unfortunate. You know, I did a lot of mocks for this battle. Going into it, I was nervous, but I felt like I had a decent game plan. But I just got fucked. I got fucked by Winterbub's excellence. So, really cool guy. Go, once again, I have his channel linked in the description below. So, even if you don't check out his content, you could support the PWC as a whole and subscribe to his channel at the very least. So, Winterbub, congrats, man, on your debut. GG. A big shout out to your TYRANTRUM. And then, yeah. Once again, guys, I just have to improve my knowledge, honestly. Lack of knowledge did me in this game with the Grafaiai. And I'll leave it at that. So next week we have our week 2 matchup. We hopefully could rebound from this horrible, embarrassing loss. Next week we have Coach Venom and his Cleveland Escavaliers. So thank you very much. There's our Season 9 debut. It is what it is, and we'll just have to rebound. Gotta look forward.